Well, hello, everybody. It's Chicago Sports Podcast with Brandon Trax Hyatt, and I'm your boy today. We're going to be discussing the Hall of Fame and the inductees, and I'm really excited because Mongo, who we've been rooting for so long, is finally in and well-deserved. Long overdue, at least 20 years overdue. He's in there along with Devin Hester and Julius Peppers. So we're really excited. We have a special guest today, Tommie Harris, who was a teammate with those guys, and just really excited to get him on. He's been with us on a couple episodes and also answered the bell for Mongo when we were up at the Chicago Bears tailgating club. And he went up there, signed some autographs, shook hands, talked to us, and he's really great, fun, enjoyable person with lots of knowledge. And he's very busy. He's on the move. So right now he's going to do an audio only podcast with us because he's in between places that he's going to today. So he's got a lot of irons in the fire, and he just said he'd answer the bell with us. But before we get started, and I'm waiting for him right now, he's getting ready to get on, I will go ahead and show you guys a couple pictures that Mongo's wife, Steve Mongo McMichael's wife, sent to me. She's got most of these on Instagram now, so if you guys are subscribers, you can check those out later on, but we'll go ahead and do a couple of these right now. This one is really cool. I like this picture she sent me. So yeah, I mean, how would you like to be sitting at that table? Misty's in the middle and with her dress to kill. She's got Hester on the left of her and Peppers on the right, and then to the right of Peppers is Freeney from the Colts. Let's see, another picture. What do we got here? Oh, here we go. Here's one of Michael Irvin, Misty in the middle. Again, Pep and Ray Lewis with the hat on. So what's this one? Oh, okay. Our boy Mike Singletary, he also answered the bell. We've done a couple podcasts with him, and he showed up to Chicago Bears tailgating club up there. He signed some autographs and met with people too, so that was really cool. Great guy, Hall of Famer. What else she sent me? So many of them. There was one with Warren Moon and a bunch of people. There's her at the podium doing an interview. So that's a huge podium at the Caesars Palace in Vegas. And this, I believe, is that's the proclamation from the mayor's office of Canton, Ohio. Basically, showing that he's in with the seal stamp of approval. So that's super cool to be able to see that. Again, you can find all this on her Instagram, I'm sure by now. I've seen most of it on there, but she definitely got these out to me because she knew we were going to be doing some shows for Mongo. So got a nice video too I'd like to play for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, but if you haven't or would like to see it again, we're going to go ahead and play it. So let's check it out.
It's euphoria. Come out of that tunnel before a game, the goosebumps, people screaming for you. If everybody could do that, they would know true elation.
Here's the snap to Chris Chandler. Looks downfield, hit from behind. Down he goes. Steve McMichael on the set.
He played really hard. He played the game with all he had.
As a player, he's the best. You can always depend on him to do his job and be where he's supposed to be.
Stacks there from Steve McMichael, number 76. Steve McMichael, six-year man from Texas. Like his coach Mike Ditka says, we take no prisoners.
There's about a 4 or 5 year period in the mid-'80s where I don't think anybody played the inside tackle position on defense better than Steve McMichael did.
Steve in one word, tough.
Man, that was a great video. I love that video. Probably one of my favorite videos that I've seen that we've had of Mongo. I like where he says elation. We would be able to feel the experience the elation of what it would be like to play in Chicago. Man, and I'll tell you what, he's so right. It's great just to be there and experience it. It's unlike no other when you're there in the stands just watching it. It's totally different than going to your favorite sports pub or sitting at the house and watching it and whatnot. But could you imagine just playing and everybody coming out of the tunnel and them screaming, especially back then when nobody, I mean, they were unbeatable. It would have been so cool. So anyways, wanted to share that video for you guys. I mean, we're just really proud and honored because, you know, like I said, Mongo Nation, Team Mongo, you guys are amazing. You guys have been here through the thick of it. I mean, we've had countless benefits for Mongo to help Mongo out. And we've had a lot of events and stuff, and you guys have all showed up. It was support, and he's seen a lot of it. He's heard a lot of it. It all came to his bedside, and these are the things that helped him get through his days while he's fighting his courageous battle against ALS. And I just want to thank every single one of you out there right now that is a part of Mongo Nation that have been there for this whole ride. And, you know, he's really showing us how to fight. You know, every day there's a whole new meaning to, you know, fight like Mongo does with everything you got. Because, I mean, this guy is courageous. He's unbelievable. The fact that today he's still fighting nearly 3 years later to make it to Canton. I mean, just please continue to keep him in your prayers. You know, at the very least, for him to be able to hear that he's in and to be there bedside with, I think they said there was 50 to 60 people. You know, and Misty invited me to go there, but again, I've been working nights for the last couple of weeks, and I was unfortunate to not be able to attend. Hey, Cheryl. It was unfortunate that I was unable to attend, but it was so awesome to hear that guys like Tyrone Keys and Fensick and all those guys, you know, Bruce, a good friend of ours, and a lot of these guys that have helped out along the way during this whole situation. They were all there to support him and be there for him. I think he had 3 or 4 nurses that were there. Most of it was just his teammates inside of the room with him, and then like 50 other people in his house just watching it, eating really good food. I think his sister-in-law put it on, had a really good spread, lots of good food. Talked to Tim Tyrell. Him and I are going to be getting on a pod discussing, you know, what it was like that night and what it means to him. A couple others, Tyrone Keys, he's interested in getting on with us. So, and also be interested to see what happens after everybody coming back from the Hall of Fame and everything and the Super Bowl. I know Misty's talking to a lot of people and making a lot of contacts, so I'm sure she's going to want to get together. Okay, I'm back in the room, back in the building. Yeah, I know I lost sound, Cheryl. Thanks for the heads up. I'm back in there now. Again, so where were we? Yeah, just everybody, you saw some of the pictures that we just went through, all of the people, Hester, Peppers, all that, all the people that Misty was able to meet and be introduced to, and be there on behalf of her husband to accept his award, finally inducted into the Hall of Fame. Again, once long overdue. I mean, somebody that can play the interior line of a defense and get nearly 100 sacks. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing for somebody to get 100 sacks as an edge rusher. I mean, but the interior line, I mean, that's phenomenal. It's a decade of dominance, and very, very great, and honored and blessed to be able to be a part of this ride. And really, you guys should too. I mean, your hats should go off, Team Mongo. I mean, hats go off to you. Great job, everything, all the text messages, phone calls, everything that he's got along the way, all the messages that you've asked us to pass along to him and Misty. Really cool. And everybody that could help out for everything. Cheryl, the whole crew, Debbie, everybody, Bridges Scoreboard, everywhere we've went, Worth Stadium Club, they've done a great job. Verona's, Chris, Janet, the people that have helped out along this way. I mean, there is a list a mile long. So it's not that we've forgot about you. It's just so long we could do a whole podcast. Just, you know, all these names. There was a lot. The people that showed up that day on September for the large benefit, where we were able to hand Mongo a very nice check to help him out with his fundraising. Unbelievable, phenomenal. Lots of love and support. You guys are great. Let me go ahead and check really quick and see where Tommie's at. Go ahead and give him a call. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully he's trying to log on or something. I don't know, but we've talked through the day, and it's going to go down. So, yeah. Let's go over a couple other things too while we're at it. I want to address a couple things out there with Bear Nation. Lately, we've been discussing a lot about. Hey, what's up, Vic? How you doing, Vic Diaz? Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your support, and you know, thanks for always being there through our podcast. Cheryl, shout out to Cheryl. She's running the scoreboards, keeping us updated on all the Bulls, the Cubs, the Sox, the Blackhawks. I don't know how she does it. That and keeps all the birthdays going, and how's our dinners and everything. I mean, all of our admin, all of our staff, everybody that's helped us out. It's been great to see how far we've grown. See how far we've grown in a little over a year. All the co-hosts that we have now, all the way from Pinky down to guys that just came on like Eric. I mean, great guys. Every night we've got something for you just about. Wish I could be on more. Like I said, we've been having some outages at work, and I've been doing some stuff at the steel mill and working nights and stuff and shifting back and forth. And this sun is coming through. Let me try to pull back a little bit there. Sun's popping through the window. It's kind of bugging me a little bit there. That's a little better. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not on as much as I would like. But we do have a special event tomorrow over at Stadium Club. I'll be there at 4:30. We're going to go live. I'll be there with Pat, the entertainer, or Pat's the designer. He's going to be He's with ESPN. Also, he's with the Windy City Breeze. Does a great job. Love podcasting with him live. We've done it before. Same place. What we're going to do there is we're going to kick it off at 4:30. Do a pregame for the Super Bowl. We're going to do some trivia. They're going to give away a lot of stuff. Most of it gift certificates. And then I think at the end of the third quarter, we're going to do Super Bowl quiz for a large big screen TV. So very excited about that. Lots of good stuff we're going to be giving out. I think it's $25 at the door. We'll get you a Super Bowl buffet and 2 drinks. So again, lots of fun entertainment. And it's not just going to be just a regular Super Bowl. We're going to turn this into a watch party. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys have been there with us before for live events. Again, this is at Worth Stadium Club in Worth, Illinois. Just Google the address, and hope to see you there. Like I said, we'll be there at 4:30. I think the Super Bowl's at like 5:30, 5:40. And again, the defending Kansas City Chiefs will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers. If you're asking me right now and putting me on the spot as to who is going to win this thing, I think the most talented, well-rounded team is the Niners. And well-coached too, by the way. Not saying Andy Reid's not woke. I mean, Andy Reid, and that's the whole reason that it's probably, that the Niners aren't going to win. It would be the only reason the Niners are not going to win is because of A, Andy Reid, and B, I mean, he's getting to that point now where you just can't bet against him. Patrick Mahomes, he's doing something he hasn't done in his entire career, short entire career. And that's come in backdoor and play from the bottom up. He's always had that at home field advantage, and now he came all the way through and had to play on the road. And here he is once again, and he's got like one guy. Well, he's got people to throw to. Don't get me wrong; they're all world-class athletes. But if you look at a household name, Travis Kelce, and he would be a little bit distracted because the world knows a lot of us are distracted with Miss Taylor Swift right now, and it seems like it's not really bothering him, and he's doing all right out there. So he just broke Jerry Rice's record, and it's crazy. And then Christian McCaffrey broke a record too, I believe, of Rice for the Niners on the Niners side. So really cool, a lot of cool stuff going on, a lot of amazing things with this Super Bowl. Could be one of the best Super Bowls of all time, I'm hearing, for Super Bowl 58. So, here's Tommie right here. Hello? Hey, I was just checking to see if you were going to come on and if you had any problems with the link or anything. Yeah, just click on it, and I'm just keeping everybody busy with the just showing them some pictures, and videos and stuff, and just talking about Bears and yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah, that was Tommie. He's coming in. I knew he would. Just busy, making moves. Always got something going on. Man's always helping out. If you follow him on Instagram, he's everywhere. He's traveling all abroad everywhere, doing all kinds of things, helping people out, doing book signings and interviews and you name it. Great guy. I mean, loads of information, very knowledgeable, not only about the sport, but about life. And seems like every time I turn on, he's always doing a podcast or something. But till you really meet the guy, it's unbelievable. The energy, the vibe that comes off of him. When I first really met him at the Bears tailgate, and he answered the bell to help Mongo out, to come up there, sign autographs and help out and whatnot. That was when I first met him, and talk about an honor and blessing. As soon as he came out of his unmarked vehicle, he comes walking up, and everybody's jaws just dropped, and they looked up, and it was like, oh, I'm with the cool kid, So it was pretty cool. So here we go. He's on right now. This is Mr. Tommie Harris. Oh. Hey, Tommie, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I'm
thanks
good.
for you
I'm
coming.
good.
Good, good. Hey, thanks for coming on today, man. I know you're really busy and you're out and about and whatnot. So, yeah. So, really quickly, I just want to ask you, Tommie, what is it like when you heard the other day that your brothers from the Chicago Bears, and I'm sure friends by now, right? Made all three of them. They all made it into the Hall of Fame. What was it like, Tommie?
Oh man, it,
Hello? Did you hit the mute button or something? Feel like we lost you there. Hello? I can't hear you. Let me give him a call real quick. Hey, I lost you, buddy. I don't know what happened. Maybe hit the refresh button and come back in. A lot of times, what I like to do is I like to close out all my other running windows and make sure my Wi Fi is not on. Okay, thanks. All right. We're just having a couple technical difficulties. No worries. No big deal. Yeah, he'll be in any minute now. So yeah, it's all good. See what give me 1 second, fellas. I think what he's doing is he's taking my advice and he's refreshing his screen, coming back in and starting over, So we'll see what happens. Hold on 1 second. Sorry guys. Nothing like so a little bit of dead air, but he'll be on in a second. It's no big deal. So Cheryl was just reminding us right now that the Bulls play Orlando at 6 o'clock tonight. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. I think we've got a pretty good chance. They've been playing. They've been playing some pretty good ball lately. Up and down, but I mean, for the most part, the Bulls have been playing. The Bulls have been playing some pretty good ball. Hey, Tommie, glad you're back with us.
all right.
So yeah, back to my question real quick before we lost you. Take us through what was like when you heard and experienced the fact that your brothers from the Bears were enshrined into the Hall of Fame.
I just thought it was great, especially for Mongo's family, to have this, bittersweet to what they've been going through the last couple years and to have such a happy ending. I was really excited about that. But Devin to be one of the first in the specialist department to get enshrined. And then Julius Peppers was a shoe-in. Like you're crazy if you don't get Julius, then you don't have football. So it was basically it was great to see them get their flowers while they're still here in the etched history books.
Tommie, when I met you, you're a big man. I mean, you met me too. I'm a big guy, right? But you are a big man. And I've heard some numbers, and I've never met or seen him in person. Can you describe what it's like to be around a guy, Julius Peppers?
But Julius Peppers is like the last guy on the evolution chart that stands up. A lot of us are two people behind him or one, but Julius is that last big guy that starts it off. But I've never seen anything like it. Never, and it's not just his physical structure, man, but it's his work ethic. He works just as hard as all his abilities he has. He works like he's a small man. That he has
Right.
something to prove every day. So you
Wow.
you you just knew that guy was he was there for greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just hearing now. I was dumbfounded, obviously, that he was a two-star athlete. He played two different sports. He was in the Final Four playing basketball too, and he was
Yeah,
actually.
he dunked. He dunked it. That's where Miles Garrett get a lot of his influence from.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
the same. Yeah, he's a hooper. Miles Garrett could have played at A&M, but he stayed in football. But those guys are like they could do anything. They could have won in either sport. And he played at North Carolina, so that's not an easy school to play basketball in.
Yeah, and you know it's interesting too because you hear from guys that Peppers, obviously Hester, without a doubt, guys like you, like man, what's taking so long, And then we look back 2 decades, over 2 decades ago, Mongo could have been enshrined, and now finally it's all coming to fruition, man. So all
Well,
these guys,
you
like you
know, it
said.
does, but that doesn't have anything to do with your real ability, right? When you keep getting passed over or going,
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff is politics,
I got you.
and to have those guys all go in three together, that's big time, just
Yeah,
to know how hard it is even to pick a lot of guys that should have won are sitting at home and they have to wait their turn till everything adjusts.
yeah,
But if you played your butt off and you did your part and did what you had to do, it's coming, and you just
yeah.
got to be patient.
Now,
But but
now,
but but Devin truly deserved that. Like if they went without the Windy City Flyer, man, I wouldn't have watched the Hall of Fame anymore.
I like how you said that, the Windy City Flyer. That's actually the first time I heard that. That's cool. I like that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I liked was when that Soldier Boy came on, Tommy. I was like, oh boy, here we go, And man, it was so fun to watch him. And then I remember that Broncos, was it a punter? He was running his mouth, and he said his coach told him, "Do not kick to Devin," and he said, "I'm kicking to him no matter what." And it was because that he kicked his to Devin and ran his mouth. I mean, there was several reasons why we won that game, but that was a big reason, So, yeah, okay. So we lost Tommie again. Gosh darn it! It's just a bad connection today. If we don't make a reconnection, I'm almost certain that he'll be back on the show in the near future, which is cool. So let's shift gears. Something that I want to talk about. Oh, here we go. He's back on. All right. Hey, there you go, sir. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, Tommy. Yeah, I can't hear you, buddy. Might have to come all the way back out and then come back in. Yep. So yeah, no, Tommy was right. Tommy said it right. In no greater words, you couldn't. I couldn't have said it better. On three being accepted all at the same time that they got it right. So accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Right? It's so good that these three brothers, the Chicago Bear, are enshrined in. I mean, we taken over. We have taken over the Hall of Fame. There are Bears everywhere, What's funny is the guy, I heard the guy that called and let Mongo know that he was in. He said that he's got his jersey up and it's signed and everything, and he's a diehard Bears fan. So that's cool to hear that news. Okay, here's
Can
Tommy.
you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Yeah, this sucks because I'm on the road, and anytime someone calls me, it does not work on the app. It just throws the app off.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And I've even seen you're so busy and so many people reach out to you on your own Instagram videos that people be bugging you. And like, I think one time you even said it eloquently. You're like, man, this guy knows I'm on right now and he's still trying to get a hold of me. Like, what's the
Yeah,
deal?
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, but
So I think that was when you were in DC or something. You were visiting in DC and this
yeah,
guy got old.
we were doing the P4, the Pro Players Prayer Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they start off the season with prayer.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was telling everybody you're doing so much. You got so many irons in the fire. You're always helping out. And I also thanked you before you came on, gave your roses for answering the call for Mongo and showing up out to that tailgate to help out with that. And it was really cool to finally meet you, brother, and be a part of that whole experience. So yeah, man, shout out to you and all that. And all that you do for everybody, man. It's really cool. Your game extends beyond the game, on the field, So,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah. So basically, like you said, you were saying that they got it right, and the 3 are in, and let's focus on that. I mean, that's a lot of positive, and that's really cool. So I mean, playing with those guys, what's one thing that you could share with us from each of those players that were enshrined that really hit it home for you, that was special to be a part of, not only just on the field but in the locker room and just a part of their lives?
Number one, they
Yeah.
all they, they were all professional.
Okay.
Number two, game changers.
Okay.
And number three, great teammates.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, does it feel like that is more important as you get on, like older, like you really appreciate those connections as far as a great teammate, or has that always been like important?
I mean, as you get older, you get. I think you get to, if you play long enough, you'll get. Most guys don't play long enough to get to notice it.
Hmm.
That's what it's all about. But some guys come in already knowing that this is their job. It's no game. They come there dressed. They dress professional. They talk professional. They show up early. It took me a while to know that this was my job. I'm a Texas boy and I know football,
Yeah.
but I didn't know all the other components had to add up. How you interview, how you treat the people, how you do it. Like everything is being graded around the board.
Yeah.
And when you get into legendary, everything is weighed.
Yeah. And I want to say that right now, I hope people are listening, because the whole Justin Fields versus Caleb and all that stuff is really, it wears me out just seeing what's going on. I wish they would see and understand, for the city of Chicago, we have to treat Fields special. He is special. He's a great person. He's a leader in the locker room, on and off the field. But if you treat him bad because of some things that don't line up with what you would like him to already evolve in, and whatnot, other people are watching this, especially free agents and stuff and whatnot. And we really want this to be a place, Chicago, to be a place for people to come and, and say, okay, the fans treat the players well, and all that kind of stuff. And I think
Yeah,
people,
but the fans treat the players, everybody, all the players well, except for the quarterback.
what do you,
You know that in Chicago, like that's the hardest position to play since
okay.
like since '85. You haven't got over. That's a hard seat. Forget the coaches.
Yeah.
Like that position, if you're going to be a quarterback in Chicago, hey, Bubba, don't think the city going to get tougher. You got to get tougher.
Oh, man.
If you're going to
Yeah.
be a Chicago quarterback, you
Yeah.
got to be tough as nails. That's what the city wants.
Right.
I don't care all that moping and crying and the coach don't like me, and get it done.
Get it done.
That's what it's
Yeah,
about, man.
that's
Like
right.
the closest thing you had to a gunslinger was, after him, Rex Grossman had a little bit. Then we had Ordy, and then you had, Cutler comes in, and people got excited.
Yeah.
I saw Cutler throw like 12, broke the NFL record on 12 interceptions, and the city paid him. I mean, the team paid him.
Hey,
Like
hey.
they rewarded him. He broke the record of interceptions thrown, and they gave him the highest contract. And I say, I guess they don't care about performance. They just want you to be tough, huh?
Remember that joke about them backing up the Brinks truck to him, and they're like, "We're
Mm-hmm.
rewarding bad behavior or whatever," and all that. That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
They
But
took D'Angelo Hall's jersey off that field that day. I probably remember he threw
hey,
4 interceptions to D'Angelo Hall.
bro, I got something funny to tell you. I don't know if you get down with Madden or not, but back like 10 years ago, whatever, when my daughter was little and I was, I was at the steel mill, I was working hard, whatever. I got into like this Madden group, right? And this guy kept saying he was D'Angelo Hall. And he knew I was a Bears fan because every draft I picked the Bears and I loaded up with all you guys and stuff. And he's like, man, this guy's ridiculous. He could pick from anybody, but he's such a homer that he always picks all his Bears. And we kick his butt, whatever, and all this kind of funny stuff. And I said, man, you ain't D'Angelo Hall. And then he was joking about, I said, who's your favorite quarterback? And I said, Jay Cutler. And he goes, mine too. And I says, why would Jay Cutler be your favorite quarterback? He goes, because he single-handedly got me to the Pro Bowl in one game, baby. He gave me 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
said, oh. And then guess what he did? He sent me a picture online of him and his head right in front of this trophy case, and he had the game ball from that day. And I says, man, this is D'Angelo Hall. No way anybody could do that. You know what I mean? Nobody could possess that, man. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I remember when he torched us. And you know what? You made a very good point, and you always do. I appreciate when you bring it real, Tommie. It is a very tough position. And so far, how do you think he's been doing so far? How do you think Fields has been handling that position?
Man, I think Fields is an excellent talent. I just think he's in a bad. Your system makes the player. The player
Yeah,
doesn't make a system.
right.
The system makes the player. Like I think if he was in a better system
Yeah.
that allowed him to be an adult and not be babysitted, I think he could really bring all his skill sets to life. And you
Now
got to have a great coach. Your coach matters, man.
yeah. What do
Your
you think
coach
about
truly matters.
what do you think
I
about what
don't.
they're doing? The Shane Waldron and all that. Do you know any much about those guys or
No, I
what?
don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
anything. I just watch the evidence of what they're producing. So
Right. Exactly. Okay.
I just look like he's in alternative school. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like if he
Hopefully.
makes one mistake, they're gonna when your coaching staff has pressure on you, the player is not having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah, when
agree.
your coaching core has pressure and
Well, okay. Let me ask you a question, Tommie. You put on your GM hat right now. We get with the first pick in the draft? What do you do with it?
first pick in the draft.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, man. I'm keeping
Would you
Fields
trade?
though. That's a heck nah. That's Fields is the
Would you?
future, bro. The coach is just a dinosaur in his
So would you
thinking.
trade?
He doesn't see the
Would
future. Like, would I
so?
trade who?
Would you no? Would you trade the first pick? Would you trade it back and get multiple draft picks with Washington if they want Caleb Williams for the first pick? Would you do something like that and try to get more draft picks so we could fill holes and whatnot? I know last time you were on, you said the 3 technique. They got to get that right.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
solid 3 technique. They need a better defensive end.
Okay.
They need to be stronger on the line up
Yeah.
front, and then the offensive line. I will spend most of my money protecting Fields.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll get me a rusher, a good rush, but I think they adjusted all that by the end of the season on defense. But I would spend most of my money really protecting my future. Like they
You,
need good linemen, bro.
People get it when you describe like your best vehicle you've ever bought, your best home, whatever you bought. What's the first thing you do? You go out and get that insurance, right, to protect you from mayhem. I don't know why And I love Poles. Don't get me wrong. Please hear me out. I like Poles. I want that to go on record. I think he's a great GM. I think what he's doing right now is good. I also like the fact that he had the balls to go straight up to Chicago Bears and say, if you want me to do this, let me do it right. Let me pick my own guys. Let me pick what I want to do. Let me be the alpha, because it's my butt. My butt is on the line if I don't get to do what I do. So don't tie my hands, expect me to do what I'm supposed to do and not let me do what I need to do. So he said, I need an assistant GM. So in the history of ever, the Chicago Bears never had one, and he went out and got Ian Cunningham. What I don't understand about these two guys that have both played in the NFL is that they were both offensive linemen, and our offensive line hasn't got it right yet, you know? I think somebody just ended up calling him again. Jeez. He's getting blown up today. It's crazy. Yeah, I agree. Fields does need to be protected. Tommie's right. Cheryl's right. He's got to be protected. Somebody says they like Fields, Tommie. Somebody says they didn't like Cutler at all. Talk about not conducting himself off the field professionally. Mongo Hall of Fame. Yeah. Mongo, Hester, and Peppers all deserve to be in Hall of Fame. Congratulations to them all. Well said, Cheryl. Well said. Oh, he's back. There we
I
go.
don't know what's going on, man. I just pulled over, but
Yeah.
my phone is going off the charts, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, and I've got this like sun coming through my window, man, and it's beating me up because this is like the first time I ever wore this. I love this hat. Look at this hat, Tommie. Isn't that cool? It's like gray and my new Bears hat. I was excited to wear it for the show. But yeah, anyways, a lot of people are saying right now they really appreciate your content. They agree, Tommie, that Fields needs protection. And I was getting back to, you buy your best vehicle, you have a really good vehicle or a home, you go out and get that insurance protected from mayhem, right? I don't understand how you have a GM and assistant GM that are both offensive linemen in the NFL, and we haven't got this offensive line right, much less the center position. I don't understand that, and it drives me bananas. But, I don't know what they're doing. I know you can only make so many moves, right, Tommie, before – he's only had the keys for 2 years. So hopefully we can get all that fixed, Tommie, because honestly, 135 sacks in 3 years and Fields hasn't been able to finish a season without getting hurt. That's a lot of banging, bro. That's a lot of banging,
Yeah.
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 That's a lot.
I mean, it's not rocket science. You see,
Yeah.
Look at Brock Purdy.
Man.
Purdy. As good as he is, you put him behind that Chicago Bears line, he's gonna be chopped liver.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know what? I think what happened? Yeah, Tommie, we'll just have to do it again. No big deal, bro. We'll circle back in a. Once you get and chop it up. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Tommie. All right, bye. Yep. So that's it, guys. Yeah, just that's it from Tommie. So really good content. We're gonna go ahead and circle back in a couple weeks and do something again with him. So, anyways, yeah. Back to what I was saying earlier. Let me go ahead. Yeah. So back to what I was saying earlier, with the whole Justin Fields thing. If we're not a fan and we want to move on from him, I'm a fan. I want to keep him. I'm really excited if we can go ahead and get more draft picks. If we trade back to, this is what I would like to do. Okay. I know this is a little Nostradamus, but hear me out. And I think the Eagles did this a couple years ago, and they've been like still eating off of those draft picks. It's crazy how many draft picks they've had in the first and second round and all that. What I would like to do is I would like to trade back from the 1 to the 2 with Washington. Once we trade back from the 1 to the 2 with Washington, we go ahead and get our Marvin Harrison Jr. or whoever it is that Poles says is important to get. Then after we get all those draft picks from Washington and player, whatever Poles does, then we trade from number 2 to 3 with the Patriots, hopefully, or somebody in the top 10. That would be awesome. And then get even more draft picks, right? I mean, I don't want to keep trading through the whole dang draft, but I think moving 2 times would be amazing. I mean, we could potentially turn 1 draft pick from last year into like 15 and really set us up for not only this year, but years to come with draft picks. I think that would be really cool. Hey, Black Bear, if you want to come on, bro, and you've got a second, come on in. I'd love to have you because we just lost Tommie Harris, and he's got a bad connection. He was roadside. He pulled over. I sent you that link. That's your link if you want to hop on really quick, Black Bear, and hop on with us and talk about this with us. Black Bear's got really good podcasts, really good content. I love listening to him and tuning into him. He's new to me, new podcast to me, and I like his style. So if I can't get him on now, I definitely would like to get him on in the near future. So, yeah, I would like to trade back. I mean, seriously, think about last year and then this year. You're potentially going off of 1 trade of a draft pick, getting DJ Moore and force multiplying that into like 15 draft picks by the time this is done. Trading back from the 1 to the 2, the 2 to the 3, and then drafting the rest of the draft out, and then whatever we get for next year and then the year after in 26. I mean, geez, oh Pete, man, we would be set up good for a very long time. And then whenever we have to do something as far as bring somebody up, as far as health-wise, somebody gets injured, God forbid, and we have holes, we could address those cap issues, bring someone and draft them. Because anytime you draft, it's a lot cheaper than going out and getting free agents and filling up your your roster that way. Moving forward, so I'm really excited about all of this coming up, and it was really good to touch on the Hall of Fame with a guy like Tommie Harris. Great guy, great content. He already says we've got a really good 3 technique there. And the best in the game for us, that we had, right, back in 06 and under the Lovey administration. So, I mean, he's played it. He's done it at a high level, 3-time Pro Bowler, great player out of Texas. I really trust his sound judgment. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He says keep Fields. I wish we could keep Hester. I wish we could bring some of these guys in. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to spend almost a whole podcast talking about how we could bring these guys in from years ago and turn them into coaches. That would be cool because I like seeing these guys AP out of the Raiders, out of Detroit. I like him. Ben Johnson, another guys that have been playing and coming back and coaching and having good success. What about what's his name? DeMarcus, the coach out of Houston. He used to play for the Niners and the Browns, middle linebacker, DeMarcus, I think. Yeah, that would be cool. Let's set some. Black Bear says, let's set something up. I'd like to give my opinion from the Caleb side of things, by the way. I am a Fields fan, by the way. Yep, I got you. Hey, Black Bear, listen, I'm a USC fan, okay? I'm from California. I'm a Fields fan. I'm a Bears fan. I get it. But I also understand what we got to do in order to make this work. I love Fields. That would be cool. That would be a cool conversation to have. And, let's set something up for sure, Black Bear. I'm on nights this week, so something around 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning would be cool, Monday through Friday. If not, we'd have to do it 2 weeks from now and set it up for the eve or something. But I'm down. Let's do something, brother. Let's get it done. So, anyways, guys, I'd just like to thank a couple sponsors that we've got. I'd like to thank El Bandito Tequila, El Bandito Yankee. They're our sponsor. They've been rocking with us for a little while now, all year. Really good tequila. This is agave, smooth to the core. El Bandito Yankee. The top right there, that's their logo. And Underdog Fantasy. All you got to do is give them the promo code CSP, and they will match your first $100. That's right. It's fast, it's fun, it's easy. Get in with Underdog Fantasy and play. It's a great time. I love it. You always get new players, and it's a lot of fun. Very good time. It's all the sports too. It's not just football. So you got basketball, all of that, baseball, everything. Good times. So $100 first match. CSP is the promo code. Chicago Sports Podcast. So Bridges Scoreboard. Worth Stadium Club, love those guys. Budget Cars, Serendipity Ice Cream Parlor, all these guys, man, they're really good to us. They help us out. We love helping them out and supporting them and all the local businesses. Shout out to all the mom and pop stores too. You know, we love helping them out. All the people that keep it real and keep the locals fed, and really cool. But yeah, guys. So, like I said, Worth Stadium Club. I'll be there at 4:30. Be there with Pat the Designer from ESPN, also known as the Windy City Breeze. He's also with them. I'll be up there at 4:30 and kicking it off. Trivia, a lot of giveaways. Again, $25 at the door, all you can eat plus 2 drinks, and it's going to be a good time. Hope to see you there, and I'm going to give you a little inside information as to which way I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be the best team that's well-rounded that's going to win. I think it's going to be the Niners, but I don't feel comfortable betting against Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid. So this might be a Super Bowl of a lifetime, Super Bowl 58. So let's just get Taylor from Tokyo, get her over here. We can't have it without her. So, all right, guys, you guys enjoy the Bulls game tonight. I hope they can pull it off, you know, over there in the Sunshine State against Orlando. I think we got a good as chance as any to play them, and let's see what happens. You guys have a good night, and thanks for sharing with us. Living with everything you got, like Mongo strong.